Christina Unkel, who, by the way, makes her debut this season at Qué Golazo. We're so excited. Christina, thank you so much for being here. First of all, how are you? What a ridiculous evening of fixtures. How's it going over there?
We've had better days. We've had better days. I think that might be the nicest way to kind of say that. And it's been a bit surprising today on some of the performances. So hopefully we clean these up and we get them taken care of. But yeah, it wasn't a good day for the third team.
So the first one that we had for you, obviously, was about that PSG Man City game, just staying with that game. And obviously there was that challenge from Kevin De Bruyne on Gueye, who, I mean, he could have really taken out his leg there. What did you make of it and the decision that followed?
Yeah, ultimately, I'm really surprised on the decision there by Spanish referee Carlos Del Grande. Carlos, Spanish referee, he would be considered the number 2 referee for Spain. He's been an elite referee. He's been a Champions League referee for several years, very high-profile games, as well as Europa League, semis, etc. And he had a great angle and a great position, right? So then the first thing I always look for is, what was the referee's position and could they have even seen it from where they're at? He's looking straight down at that. And I'm not sure necessarily why he would have missed this, because this is what we would call essentially a textbook red. We have what I call hope. Hope is never good for a referee. It's when 2 players are lunging for the ball at the exact same time, hoping to get the ball. It always means that something's going to happen. So as a referee, you're already there, feeling it, thinking that there's going to be something that's at least going to be yellow, if not red. He unfortunately gave a yellow here in this situation, but that's why we should have VAR, right? These are one of those decisions where, I know that his teammate, Juan Muñera, is also another Spanish referee. They work together quite a lot in La Liga. And it was something that really surprised me. I'm sitting here waiting for him to be checking his ear, VAR recommendation, overturn. We got a direct red card on this and nothing with that, and the check complete. This is definitely something both of them are going to want back. It's a clear missed red. It's what we call a very big red. I mean, he's lunging into the ball. Anyone who makes an argument that he tipped the ball first is just essentially a Man City fan, because that's not the case here. So
yeah, I got to agree with you, and I think it's the consistency thing, isn't it? Because when you've got 2 games going on and you see Kessie get sent off for basically tapping a boot, pretty much. I mean, it was nothing for me. You can, it's just so easy to compare those. But a lot of people all over social media have been talking about Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well. The fact that it was same referee. Different decisions. So it's like, I don't know, we just want consistency, don't we? And when you've got games going on, like I say, at the same time, then you can compare, and it just makes it frustrating.
Yeah, and I think that's perfectly fair. I mean, the number one thing I always tell people is they want consistency, whether it's consistently bad or consistently good, as long as they're consistent. But here for Champions League, we're demanding the best of the best, right? And the lead on that. And so that's a great comparison to the Kessie one, because that one also, is something that we would want not to be red. We don't want it to be that second yellow card, right? Did he get a little bit of the top of the boot, right? And we always talk about studs on top of the boot, et cetera. Yes, but when it's going to be that second yellow card, and once again, this is another elite referee for UEFA. This is Turkish referee Cüneyt Caner, has done Champions League finals. And I think that's a kind of a big thing to remember, is that it doesn't, in the referee world, very, very vicious, but it doesn't matter what your past was. You're only as good as your last game. And that's essentially what's establishing it. So we got 2 really established referees who've made the wrong decision, right? We can't even say that necessarily that second yellow card on Kessie would necessarily be supportable. You'd be grasping at straws to necessarily make that a second yellow, because just in that game, we want a second yellow to be teed up. Everyone, literally the referee's hands are tied, and everyone knows that it's definitely going to be a second yellow, especially in that 28th, 29th minute. Changes the entire style, the entire play of the game. That's something that's in consideration, right? And that's something obviously that, affected the outcome of the game, playing down a man.
Now, I'm a little nervous because I'm Christina Unkel's number 1 fan, so asking her a question is pretty cool here on the Qué Golazo pod. Now, Christina, with regard to these 2 referees and these 2 particular decisions with Kevin De Bruyne, it seemed like the referee took into consideration, I could give him a red, but that might take away from the pageantry of this game between 2 very decorated clubs with 2, littered with top players from around the world. And I want to know if that comes into the equation, very similarly to the Kessie play, where the referee clearly looked like he knew he already had a yellow and was ready to give him that second yellow and red right away. He knew. Sometimes referees, you think, maybe forget who they gave yellows to, and then that they maybe make a mistake there. But it seemed like he was so adamant to already give him that second yellow, throw him out of the game. So I guess I wanted to know from a layperson's perspective, do these thoughts go through the minds of the referees that, hey, if I make this decision this early in the game, it could really influence how this plays out? And we all kind of want to see this finish 11-11.
Yeah, and consciously, right, we're just supposed to be officiating and refereeing that moment, that time, and that snapshot. Subconsciously, and even sometimes maybe for some people, for the forefront of their mind, we're saying, how do we keep all 11 players on the field? It's a huge pageantry game. This is a really, really big assignment for Carlos de Grande. It's not a small assignment. It's a big assignment. We've had a change of referees in Champions League from some major retirements, right? Him trying to once again establish himself as one of the top referees and, make his case throughout this season. So that could have gone through the back of his mind. There was a bit of hesitation, which was a little bit surprising for me, but I think that goes into knowing knowing the referee and knowing their history on that. And for him, basically being able to have to focus on protecting himself from having that second thought of maybe potentially, do I want to keep all 22 on the field? Like I said, I think this is just a lost opportunity because the VAR here, and that's, maybe what he was hoping. Hey, if I give a yellow because I'm not 100%, right? We're not giving reds unless we're 100%. Like you said, Janit Kochar, he was 100%, incredibly confident. I got a second yellow. I got a red card. Got to give him credit there for him essentially saying, I have a confidence level here. Maybe not the best one, but he was confident. I think maybe he was hoping that, VAR might have saved him if he got it wrong. And unfortunately, the man in the booth kind of let him down on that one too.
Well, there's Miguel Dominguez commenting. Thank you so much for watching, by the way. 100% agree. Getting the ball first does not excuse a tackle that can make a leg break like dry spaghetti. Why'd you put that in my head, Miguel? I didn't think about that. But anyway, that was Christina Unkel, our referee expert. Christina, thank you so much. Let's hope that Wednesday is a little bit better. And at least you come feeling a little bit better from all the referees in the Champions League.
Thanks all.